Hi everyone! Today's Woody Wonder's been brought to you from this beautiful nature part of the world, and I wasn't really sure what today's Woody Wonder's topic was going to be, but I sat down by this tree and I sort of just took a moment to tune in and think about what I wanted to talk about. And I think particularly this week, I felt like this week has been a little bit, I will apologise for the aeroplane going over. I feel like this week has been pretty intense actually energetically, because it's been a new moon and it's also been aspected by other planets like Jupiter, Neptune and Saturn, which doesn't always make for a pleasant new moon. It can actually feel a bit more challenging and a bit more different, shall we say. And the new moon's been in Cancer, so that's always about our past. It's about what we value, what we love, like our family, our roots, where we came from. So you may have been perhaps talking about the past, or having conversations, or reminiscing about the past, or wanting to be closer to your family, or wanting to just be around family more, or thinking about family more, or maybe somebody from your past came into your life, or they've just popped into your mind. Those are the kinds of things that Cancer rules as a sign. But yeah, personally, I felt like the energy's been quite intense this week, so I'd be really interested to know how your week's been. So do share. And then I was thinking about the topic of what I want to talk about today, and I think I'd like to share about the powerful powerful experience of something called the bridge of incidence in the manifestation process. And this is something that one of my respected law of attraction teachers, if you like, manifestation teachers, who back in the 1930s wrote many books, Neville Goddard, and he talks about this bridge of incidence, which is this space between the imagining of something that we want to create and it actually coming to us. And I think it's, sometimes we can think of manifestation as being a positive change, which of course it is always going to be for our highest good, or at least if it isn't, we're learning from it, which is always for our highest good, because any learning is for our highest good. But we sort of set intentions and we can feel really excited about it and see it as something that's going to be really transformative and life changing perhaps, or something that we're just really eager to sort of bring into our reality. But the bridge of incidence is actually where it can feel a little bit like you're going backwards, because suddenly everything kind of just turns on its head. People can leave your life, people can come into your life that you don't necessarily want, or it can be just chapters closing, strange things happening that just feel a bit unsettling and that can feel a little bit unstable. It can be basically as the universe and the quantum is kind of reorganizing things so that it can bring to us what it is that we want. And it's not always a pleasant experience. Sorry, I thought that was a squirrel. It's not always a pleasant experience. It can actually be really unsettling. And where we sort of flounder around in this kind of liminal space just as a manifestation is about to happen, but it can actually feel like we're going backwards. So, we're always manifesting. Our entire reality, our entire life is completely just through manifestation. We can't actually move our body unless we're thinking about moving our body. So you could try that as a little exercise or a little test, that you actually literally can't physically move your body unless you think about moving your body. That's manifestation. So we are constantly manifesting everything. That's what our complete reality is. But yeah, I was just thought that was quite a nice thing to talk about that sort of liminal space between what it is that we're asking for, which can of course take months, can take years, can take days, can take seconds, and how it can actually be a process that can feel very unsettling because everything's changing, and of course change can feel a bit unfamiliar. And I know that that's something that I've been kind of experiencing over the last couple of years. Things definitely been changing, and I know that it's because I've been wanting a different way, in a and that's what's been happening. But of course, with that comes change. So yeah, adapting to change and welcoming change, but also trusting that everything is happening as it should and is unfolding in the way it should, even though it can actually feel like we're going backwards and everything's falling on its head. That's my inspiration for today. Keep the faith, trust, and just know that all is unfolding as it should. And I think, yeah, take time as well to let the mind shut off and to just think of nothing, to just have that space in the brain, in the mind, to just be free. I read something actually, I think it was Diana Cooper, and it was a lovely kind of, I think it was like an affirmation where communication is good, where we're like communicating out, but also we need to listen, and that is by being completely at peace and quieting our mind so that we can listen to the advice and the intuition and the highest advice that we need to hear, which can then direct us in the right directions, in the directions that are for our highest good and the most positive. So those are my thoughts. Have a lovely rest of the day. Till the next one.